Hi, I'm Cara Fraser. Welcome to my arm balance series. Today we'll be working Eka Pada Koundinyasana II. So it's sort of the split action with the legs, and the leg rests either on the shoulder or the upper arm. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a very challenging pose. I see a lot of really strong people struggle in this pose. One, it takes a lot of flexibility. If you think of your legs being in a split position, you have to have open hamstrings, some movement in the hip, and then it takes an intense amount of core work. So you probably won't get it the first time you try it, but keep practicing it. Keep working this video where you work all the things you need to warm up all the important parts of the body in order to get into it. So I remember the first time I ever learned this pose in a yoga class, I was so excited. I ran home and I tried to do it, and by that time I was not warm at all, and it was really a bad idea. So I encourage you not to do what I did, even though you may be excited to practice new poses like this. So you'll need a strap or a towel, whatever you can use to pull the foot back in a reclined position. And we'll start in Shavasana. So flat on the back, legs hips distance apart, arms by the sides, palms facing up, and eyes closed. And just take the next few moments to become present. And just notice how your body feels today. Notice the quality of your breath here. And as you become aware of the breath, start to slow it down, taking full, deep inhales and exhaling all the air out. And notice as you find those full inhales and exhales, how the breath will start to slow down, and how the muscles in the body start to relax. On the next inhale, hug both knees into the chest. You can grab behind the thighs or around the shins. Rock from side to side. And then keep the right knee hugged in. Extend the left leg straight out onto the mat. Just holding here, getting a little stretch. Keep drawing the right sit bone towards the left ankle, trying to keep the hip bones parallel to one another, not letting that right hip hike up. And then grab your strap, bring the ball of the right foot into the strap, extend the right leg up and the left leg straight out onto the mat. Remember, loose grip on the strap, upper arms plug into the ground. Notice if you've already lost connection to your slow, steady breath. I find once we start moving, we're so busy thinking about what we're doing with our bodies that we forget about the breath. So as you sit here in a static position like this, you can really focus on the breath and use the breath. As you exhale, you may be able to find a little more space. And take that foot out of the strap. Take the strap off to the side, hug both knees in. And then extend that right leg onto the mat. Keep that left knee hugged in, both feet flexed. Left sit bone draws down towards the right heel. See if you're holding tension anywhere. Maybe you're holding it in your face, shoulders. See if you can relax those areas. And then grab that strap, bring the ball of the left foot into the strap. You know what foot you have up. And then keep that right leg extended on the mat, left leg up in the air. Nice gentle grip on the strap, gentle stretch in the back of the leg. Like I mentioned, this arm balance takes that split action with the legs, so it's good to warm up the back of the legs, the hamstrings. And then take that foot out of the strap. You can put the strap off to the side, hug the knees in once again. And then keeping that right knee hugged in, left leg extends out onto the mat. Bring the right arm to a T. Take an inhale here. And on the exhale, take that leg over to the left for a twist. So gaze can go towards the right hand or the ceiling, whatever feels better on your neck. You could take that left hand on the outside of the right thigh to help with the twist, if it feels okay. If it's too intense, you don't have to take that option. Inhale, come back to center, hug the knees in. And then extend that right leg onto the mat. Take the left arm to a T. Take an inhale. Exhale, take that left leg over to the right, maybe gazing to the left hand or up towards the ceiling. And then come back up to center, hug both knees in. And rock along the length of the spine a couple times till you have enough momentum to cross over the shins and come into tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees, tops of feet press into the mat. Inhale, pull the chest forward, look forward, keep lifting the belly to the spine. Exhale, push the floor away, round the upper back. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, forward. And exhale, round. Come back to a neutral spine. And then a couple of wrist stretches here. So take those shoulders past the wrist towards the front of the mat, nice and gently. Go to a place where you feel a gentle stretch. Doesn't have to be major. Just trying to warm up the wrists here for this arm balance. And then sit back on the heels, just circle the wrists both directions. And then take the hands into fists and open them up a couple times doing this. And then come back to table, bring the big toes together, sit the hips to the heels for child's pose. Always knowing you can use this pose as a resting pose throughout the class. It's a nice place to come back to your breath. Inhale, come up to table. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Just hold here in down dog for a minute. Think of the action of pressing those heels down to the mat, feeling the stretch in the back of the legs. And then baby steps. Try and keep the legs straight, heels down, come all the way up. Notice how this feels in the back of the leg. For me, I get a nice stretch when I do it that way. Come into the forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, lift the chest. Exhale to down dog. 5 breaths. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sit back, chair pose. Exhale, fold over the thighs, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Bring the right foot up between the hands, spin the back heel down. Inhale, warrior one, 1 breath. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, plank to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog, left foot up between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, frame the foot, vinyasa. Hold here, downward facing dog. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit back, chair pose. And exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart center. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step straight back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the right knee to the right elbow, shoulders over wrist. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, and then drop the foot down between the hands. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Front heel lines up to back arch. Reach through the left fingertips as much as the right, shoulders over hips so you don't get this leaning forward action. And then inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, reach the fingertips forward, hips go back. Right palm comes down to shin, block, or mat for triangle. Inhale, press through the feet, reach through the left fingertips, come back to warrior two. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Drop the foot between the hands. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Keep softening the shoulders so they don't crouch up towards the ears here. And then inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reach forward, hips go back. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up. You can look towards the right hand or the left foot, whatever feels better for you. Inhale, come up, warrior two, bend into the left knee. Exhale, frame the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Find your slow, steady breath here. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands. Step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. From here, turn to face the long end of the mat, feet out wide. Bring the hands to the hips, coming into a wide leg forward fold. If you've watched the other videos, I really like to work the arm balance arms here. So line the heels of the hands up to the heels of the feet. Hug the elbows in, forearms, upper arms parallel to one another. So once you're here, let the top of the head hang. Equal weight between toes and heels. And then pull the thighs towards each other. And then inhale, lift the torso up halfway, lift the belly. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips, keep the torso where it is, press into the feet. Inhale, long spine, come all the way up. And then walk the feet together. Come back to Tadasana at the front of the mat. You may want to grab blocks if you have them. So I'm going to put mine up towards the front of the mat, about shoulders distance apart on the highest setting. So Tadasana here, setting up for pyramid pose. So step the right foot back about 3.5, 4 feet. The front heel can line up to the back heel, or the feet can be hip distance apart. I find that to be more comfortable for me. So you decide what feels good in your body. You can bring the hands to the hips. You can bring the hands to reverse namaste, prayer behind the back, or fists together. Again, you decide what you like. And then inhale, lift the chest. Keep pressing into the feet. Exhale, hinge from those hips. Come forward halfway. Hold here with the torso parallel to the mat. One more inhale. And then exhale, you could bring the hands to the blocks under the shoulders, or you could take the hands down to the mat. So it's different for everybody. Inhale, lift up halfway, lift the belly. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, long spine, come all the way up. And then bring that right foot in and step the left foot back. Remember, heel to heel alignment, or feet hips distance apart. And you could bring the hands to reverse namaste or fist together, your choice. Inhale, lift the hips, the chest. Exhale, hinge forward. Hold here. Keep lifting the belly. Drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. One more inhale. Exhale, come down, hands to blocks or mat. Really strong, active legs. Press into the feet. Press into the big toe mound of the right foot as you press the calf to the shin. Inhale, lift up halfway, pull the chest forward. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, long spine, come all the way up. And then bring that back foot up to the front foot. Now moving into Untitled Chapter. We did this in one of the other videos as well. You can bring the foot to a strap if you have one, or you can hold the big toe. I'm going to take that option and I'm going to actually take my blocks out of the way so I don't knock them over. So starting here, I'm going to face sideways today instead of towards you because we're moving into something else. So put weight into the left foot as you lift the right leg. This is where you can put the foot in the strap if you like, or you can take your pointer finger and middle finger, wrap them around the big toe, and then straighten the leg. Pull that right shoulder back, and then slowly bring the leg to the side. And then bring it back to center. Bring the arms up by the ears, hold here. And then slowly take that foot forward, hinge forward, come into standing splits. Hands can come to mat or blocks. So here, to me, it's more important that you keep your shoulders and your hips parallel to the mat. It's really easy to get this split where your pelvis kind of goes askew, and I can do that, but I think it's better to learn alignment and sort of some core work here to keep everything more neutral. And then bring that foot down, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And then bring the hands to the hip. Put weight into the right foot as you lift the left foot up. Take your time. If you have the strap, press the ball of the foot forward to the front of the room or grab the big toe. Keep the chest lifting, collarbone spread wide, and then slowly bring that leg to the side. And then bring it back to center. Bring the arms up by the ears. And then bring that foot through center, hinge forward, hands to mat or blocks, standing splits. And bring that left foot down to the right foot, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow like we did earlier, and then drop the foot on the outside of the right hand. So setting up for lizard here. Lots of options in this pose. You can stay right here, arms straight, palms of the hands on the mat. You could bring the forearms all the way down to the mat. That's pretty intense. Maybe you bring the forearms to a block. Wherever you are, don't let this knee go out to the side. Hug it in towards the elbow. It's a lot of pressure on the knee. And then you can keep that back knee up or drop it, untuck the toe. So lots of choices here. You decide what feels good for you and your body today. It may be different tomorrow, but listen to your body. And then don't hold your breath. This is one where I see people hold their breath all the time because it's uncomfortable for a lot of people. Let your breath help you soften. If the forearms are down, bring the palms to the mat, straighten the arms. If the back knee is down, tuck the back toe, lift the knee, and then in one motion, press into the hands, bring that right leg up, three-legged dog. Circle that leg in the hip socket. Other direction. And then extend the leg and lower it down, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Drop the foot on the outside of the left hand. And then you decide where you want to go. Forearms either to the block or the mat. Maybe back knee down. Keep the neck long here. Don't look forward or really like round. Try and keep it nice and extended. Long line, back of the head to the heel. If the forearms are down, bring the palms to the mat, straighten the arms. If the back knee is down, tuck the toe, lift the knee. Press into the hands in one motion. Come back, three-legged dog, and circle the hip. In both directions. Extend that leg. Come back, downward facing dog. And then drop the knees, sit the hips back, child's pose. Then walk the hands back, lift the chest, come to sitting on the heels. So moving into this arm balance. Like I said, this is one that's incredibly challenging for a lot of people. And I happen to have a lot of flexibility, so sometimes that helps me, sometimes it hurts me. In this pose, it's kind of an advantage in that I maybe fall into my flexibility a little bit, which maybe isn't a good thing. But we'll start sort of in that lizard pose. So just watch me for a second. We'll start right foot on the outside of the hand. Now the goal is to bring the shoulder all the way under the leg. I've said this in other videos. I can't rightfully get there. Mine's kind of on my upper arm. But from there, I think chaturanga arms, just like we practice in the wide leg forward fold. Right angle, hug the elbows in. Then I think of shifting my weight back just a little bit. I use my core to do it, to lift that front foot up. And that's the part that's really hard for people. It takes a lot of core strength. Get the foot up, and then I start to tilt forward. Here's the other trick that I think is important. Instead of thinking of lifting my feet up, I think of taking them out and up. So I read this great article, I wish I remember where it was, somewhere online, about getting length to lift. And that's really important in almost all arm balances, I think. So I think of when I get that front foot up and I start to tilt, I think of pulling my right foot to the front of the room and my left foot to the back of the room. Opposing forces, they're going against each other, and then everything starts to lift up. So watch me here for a second, then I'll walk you through it. We'll come into that lizard and then walk the shoulder under the leg. Chaturanga arms, little lean back, lift the foot, and then tilt forward, pull the right foot away from the left foot. Yeah? So let's give it a shot. Let's come to down dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, drop the foot between the hands. You may just start working this today. That may be all you do is bring the shoulder under the leg. Maybe you get comfortable right here. Hug the elbows into each other, lift that right foot, tilt forward, pull the right foot away from the left foot. How'd it go? You can't talk back to me. I wish you could. So come to your, just sitting on the heels for a second and close the eyes. If you've watched the other videos, I've talked about how important breath is, especially as we move into these challenging poses. So I like between sides to kind of regroup, catch the breath before trying it again. And then when you're ready, come back to table. Tuck the toes, lift the hips for down dog. And inhale that left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, drop the foot on the outside of the hand. And then work that left shoulder under the leg. Hands, shoulders distance apart, fingers spread wide, chaturanga arms. And then lean back, lift that foot up, and then lean forward. Reach the feet away from each other. Ooh, I'm kicking the blocks here. Wasn't a very good setup. Once you're there, a progression of that is you can take that front leg back, come back to chaturanga. So it's something you can start to incorporate in your vinyasa once you feel strong enough. So it's kind of fun, but it is challenging. So if you're frustrated, don't be. It takes a lot of practice. And once you get it, you'll feel really good and accomplished. So now let's come to Sukhasana, a comfortable cross-legged position. Just a little cool down here. Inhale, bring the arms up by the ears. Exhale, twist to the right, right fingertips to the mat behind you, left hand to the outside of the thigh. Keep the torso nice and tall, sit up on the center of the sit bones. Inhale through center, lift the arms. Exhale, other side. Let the twist come from the torso. Don't just let it be your neck that's twisting back. I always think of letting my head be the last thing to rotate when I'm doing a twist. Inhale, come up, bring the arms up. Exhale, lower them down, come up to the front of the mat. Straighten the legs out, extend the arms. Inhale, get tall. And exhale, come all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest. And just take a moment here, notice your breath. Bring the soles of the feet down to the mat, ankles under knees, arms by the sides, palms facing down. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, low back, mid back for a bridge. Exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one up. And exhale, come down, extend the legs straight out for Shavasana. Let your breath become natural. Notice how your body feels. Notice the quality of your breath, the state of your mind. Our yoga practice teaches us to be present. And that's what I love. While I'm doing all these poses, I'm not thinking of anything else but my breath and my body. You're welcome to stay here as long as you want. Otherwise, start to deepen your breath. And wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. And reach the arms up overhead. Stretch from fingers to toes. Roll off to the right side. Pause there. And press into that left hand. Come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Eyes closed, hands at heart center. And this pose is a challenging pose, as I've mentioned. So if you're not there today, don't get frustrated. Yoga teaches us to accept where we are today, to learn from the process, And that's not easy to learn, and I still have to remind myself that at times, but I've come a long way in my practice, and I encourage you to do the same. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.